I'm Geana.
I'm Tina.
And we're stitching with
our bestie. My bestie. You gotta put your finger up so they can see it. There you go. Okay. We could do the zzz. Anyhow, thank you for coming back if you've subscribed, and we were blown away when we reached 100 within the first week.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's hard to believe, but anyway, thank you for your comments.
We're so excited.
Yes, and
to everybody who's new, welcome.
Welcome.
We hope you're gonna enjoy our channel.
Yeah, it's a channel about cross stitch and sewing and quilting, but it's 90% about cross stitch. But we do do some other things that we'll share, stitchy things. We hope you enjoy it, and we were told we're giving a shout out to the Southern California stitchers who encouraged us just to have fun, and that's what we want to do. So
we always have fun.
We do, we do. So do you want to start with some whips?
Yep. Okay. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
Well,
you go first this time.
I'll go first. This was titled New Beginnings, and last time I said I was a monogamous, got the word right, monogamous stitcher, and I was stitching on Forever and Ever by With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais, and
so pretty. I love
hope
that.
you can see that good. This is going to go on the wall with in my bedroom with some of my other things for me and my hubby, and this is where I'm at. You see it? Yeah, I got almost all the border, the vine finished. I filled in a lot, got the alphabet finished, and I guess you can see it good. I'm just loving it. This is 18 count Ada with 1/2, I guess is what they call that.
Yeah.
And that's some picture this plus.
It's 2/1, isn't it? 2 threads over
1 thread over 2.
Are you going over 2?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Well, we know what it is. You know what it is. I get
on 18 counts, you would do 1/1, but if it was 36 count, you would do 2/1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
1/2. I'm sorry, 1/2. 1 thread over 2.
Yeah. But we're trying to remember not to use, I'm trying not to use slang and use the real words. But I actually started a couple other things.
I'm so excited for her.
And one thing I started, my grandpa was such a big, well, I call him Papaw, big influence in my life, and I just loved him. And I saw this, Letters from Mom by Jeanette Douglas Designs. And my grandfather wrote me all throughout my teenage years. And I saved all his letters, and I really wanted to do this to say Letters from Papaw. Now, note to self, in the future, I will look what fabric they recommend, because I did this on 16 count and it was going to be too big. Where's that little thing over there so I can put it behind it? I'm not going to take it off and all, but it said letters from, and I charted it out. They give you everything to chart out with the alphabet, and I was going to put Papaw, but it's going to be too big. I had also bought this fabric from the Fat Quarter Shop to make the little bag with, and I thought it was going to look so good together, but I'm going to have to go down to 18, and you said you would like this.
Yes, so I get to finish her
So
whip.
she gets to frog out the PA and put MA or MO, and you can have it. But this is that soft.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why some of it is so soft. It's like stitching on a Twinkie. I mean, it's not fun. But I just got so inspired after we did our first video, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun, sharing and doing, and it's housework gets in the way, my daytime job gets in the way, but anyway, so that was my two
For
whips. And I'm hoping next time that Forever and Ever will be completely finished and I will have started a new one. So what's yours?
Okay, so last time I was working on this. It's called Wild Rose Sampler. And somebody had asked me about it. And it's actually by Cinnamon Heart Needleworks. And this came from Pennsylvania, where I got it.
I'm trying to look on the back. 1999.
Yeah, it's an old chart, but it was so pretty. And I got it all.
Yay!
So now I just really need, I want to do this. This reminds me of my mother, so I want to put my mother's initials and my initials on here. So that's what I have left. And then I need to figure out how I'm going to finish it.
Beautiful.
I don't know if I'm going to frame it, make a pillow. I just really am not sure. So, but this week I'm going to put those initials on and then figure out. So,
A pillow might be nice.
I love it.
I know for, I made a pillow out of a loved one's shirt and gave it one of those hug pillows. By the way, I have to make what is it when the newspaper puts something that's not true? A retraction? I have a retraction. My daughter corrected me on the very first piece that I did that was a Jeremiah Junction. She said I was throwing it away. I'm gonna agree with her and keep my mouth shut. Maybe I was, I don't know. I was so happy to be moving and maybe I did, but she said
So she rescued it.
She rescued it, and it has
the
always been
stitching.
hanging in her house until she's recently moved, and then she didn't have any place for it. But so that was my retraction. She was right, I was wrong. Boy, that was hard. And one more thing, a shout out to Abby Cat and Buddy Bear. I said I would mention you this time. Okay.
Okay, so then the next whip I'm going to show you is this one here. And it is by Little House Needleworks, and it's called Heart of America. And I did a little bit on this last week. And this is how much I've got. Well, let me
You want the big one?
this. I've got one right here.
Okay.
And this is how much I've got
Look at
done.
those colors are beautiful.
So this right here I have ripped out and I have restitched 3 times. So this went back into the whip pile. I was so mad the other night. But the whole problem is this right this
You put it in
thing right
timeout.
here. It's in timeout. I was so mad that I just said forget it. And I put it back in the whip pile because it was getting on my nerves. My husband was laughing at me.
I love those colors.
So I love this one. I started stitching it way back in probably February.
I hope these colors show through as pretty. I mean, they are just so.
It's gorgeous.
Is this variegated?
Yes, these are all
Fancy flop? No.
These are all
overdye.
over dyes, and they are the called for colors,
Beautiful.
and they're all classic color works. And I bought this, I think as a kit. Everything came with it, so love that. And then this is just a little whip I had started on. It's the 4 seasons, and I'm doing all of these. I've done the winter and the spring, and this is the fall. I'm halfway through the summer, but I've switched over to this because I want to actually get it done for the fall. And it's called Autumn's 4 Seasons, and it's I guess they call it a flip it series. And this is how much I've gotten done. Not much, but let me put this on the back so you can see it. And I am using just DMC on this. So, and then I have one more this is one I've mostly worked on this week. And it is Little House Needleworks Summer ABCs. My sister and I are working on these. We've done the spring and we're working on the summer, and we'll do the fall and the winter. But it's so pretty. I just love it. I have it on this huge piece of fabric because whenever I did cut it down the last time, I had trouble getting in my Q-snap, so now I'm just keeping it in this. I'm like Chelsea, working on huge pieces of fabric. But it's so pretty. This is just turning out so beautiful down here. So it's really been a fun stitch. I did change in here. My sister had changed it and I really liked the way she did it. It was all green. I don't know if you can see it in here. I put some pink in this quilt right there. We're supposed to be green, but there was no other light pink in it. So we just felt like it needed some more pink. So that's the only thing I've changed. And I am using all DMC on this one too. I had used the overdyes on the last one and I just didn't feel like, you know, there was enough variegation. But everything was so small, it really wasn't showing up that much. So I just decided to use DMC this time. And I do love the colors. So. But those are my whips.
Okay, so now to finishes. And I'd like to point something out. Somebody that watched this that knows us asked why I was so short. And
technically we're the same height.
I asked Geana, why do I look like a munchkin?
Because she thought she was
I thought
so
my
short.
other chair had sunk me down, so I'm trying to.
I think maybe I have a longer waist.
She has a longer waist. We're actually the same height, but I just really feel like a squirt next to you. Just saying, but we're both the same height. So anyway, quit sitting taller. Okay, we're gonna have girls. All right. Now we're going to the finishes. Okay. Finish. I have one finish this time. I started this when we were heading on our retreat, to which I had all the time in the world to stitch because you were driving.
I drove.
And heard often about, I wish I was stitching.
And everybody else stitched but me in the car.
Yes.
So they got lots of stitching done, and I got a little bit of stitching done.
Plus, we had Hurricane Barry come through, and the police came to our door and told us that it was going to be worse than it was in 2016. Had sandbags. They didn't know, and I'm very glad that they were prepared, that we don't want that to happen again. But I was a nervous wreck. We were waiting for the electricity to go off. We had everything charged. It passed us by. We had wind and, you know, things like that. But I did some of my serious stitching during that storm. This is a Country Cottage Needleworks. Everybody has seen that. That's the August. And I stitched this. And if you think you did some pulling out, this is my house. This is my little happy house. Well, number one, in the pattern, I didn't know what those white things were and that pretty coral, and then next to it, and apparently that was clams and seagulls. And I didn't think that this looked like a beach house. So I made mine plants, and I made bluebirds. And if you notice on my windows, this has 5, this has 5, this has 3, this has 3, and this has 2. I ripped and I ripped and I ripped. And she said it was because the kids were getting out of school and they were...
the kids were going back to school, so they were tearing the house down because they didn't want to go back
So that's
to school.
what it was. But I just, I mean, it's for in my bathroom, and if somebody wants to sit and stare at that
hard, oh well.
If they're looking that hard, yeah. Okay, so that was my finish. Did you have a finish this time?
No. I had no finish.
Okay. It's been, what, 2 weeks since we did the last one, maybe? 3 weeks? Okay.
Not that long.
How about an FFO?
Yes, I did have a fully finish. And I showed it to y'all last time, and it is my little
cute
pumpkin.
I
didn't bring the pattern because I showed it to y'all last time, but I had used silk thread, and I used 3 strands instead of 2, so it would like really be textured. And then this is my back I picked. It's got the oranges, and so I finished that. So I'm so
pretty.
excited.
Who did that? What design is that?
This is Little House Needleworks, I think.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't
We'll
bring
put
the
it in
pattern.
the
It's in my
drop
in the
down.
last video I showed this.
And I'll put it down in the drop down
So,
pumpkin.
That's my FFO.
Okay, and I have 2. When Barry came through, we had talked about working on It Is Well. Didn't you start that?
Yeah, I did start it, but I didn't get around to finishing.
Oh, okay. All right. So I started and finished. Last time I said I stitched like a sloth on painkillers, and you'd never hear me say anything was a fast finish or a fast stitch, but I did, and I hope the glass is okay. This is It Is Well by
Silver Creek Samplers.
Silver Creek Samplers.
So
I
pretty.
love this. I actually got that from, I think it was 1, 2, 3 Stitch. And this is it.
Go up a little, like right there.
Okay. This frame
It is
actually
so pretty.
came from Hobby Lobby. It was a 5x5 opening. And I fiddled and I farted with that ribbon and I could not get it any. Am I supposed to say that word?
That's okay.
Well, I messed around with the ribbon and that was the best I could do. So I finally used snot dots. Ooh. Well, if you scrapbook, you know what a snot dot is. They are little glued dots on a piece of paper, and we call them snot dots.
They're glue dots.
They're glue dots. So instead of the hot glue, because I'm not as good as Priscilla, I always burn myself.
So pretty.
I just put those on there. Yeah, and this little doodad was a napkin ring, and I just cut the back of
good
it off
idea.
and just stuck it on there. So
Cute.
that was
Turned out
one.
really nice.
Thank you. And my second one, which is a new beginning, I've always stitched on Ada. I did stitch one little tiny thing. It was a January monthly thing. I'll show that soon. And on even weave. So I decided to buy something small and try linen, because there is a couple big samplers that I would love to do on linen. Not even weave, but linen. So I'm keeping my Ada. I'm gonna still be using my Ada, but I did this, which is Be Our Guest from Noteworthy Needle. And it is
A little bit higher.
higher.
There you go.
Goes into the guest room, and on the back of it, it was a full kit, and it had the little, look how cute. It's
so
on
cute.
linen, and I stitched it in hand.
Yes, you were just
I did
getting it.
find, I mean, it was small, but it came with the little burlap thing, I mean, bob, whatever it is.
Frame.
Then on the back, frame, and then on the back, you could put what your Wi-Fi is. And I went to Hobby Lobby and bought this little bitty mini easel, and I set it in the,
Very cute.
oh, it was so fun. And it was really, if you look at the beehive, how, I don't know if it's gonna focus in or not. I don't know where to go. It was just sideways long stitches.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't an actual stitch they called for, but that's what it looked like to me. And I just
So
made like a
cute.
long running
Yeah.
stitch. But I had a lot of fun doing that.
Very cute.
So that's my two FFOs. And
Speaking of, but Tina and I both stitched on linen this past week, which I had never stitched on linen ever. And I got a magnifying light, and I actually enjoyed doing it. So I'm going to be doing a few projects on some linen.
now we decided not to do the Silver Needle Retreat video with this video. We just wanted to make this
Our
just
regular-
floss tube number 2, just the regular one. And we are going to record after this everything about the silver needle.
Yeah, because we had a lot of things to show and gifts and things we did. So we didn't
Yeah.
want to like make this one super long,
Yeah.
and we wanted to just show what we were doing.
Yeah.
So.
Before we go to haul, one of the things that I heard, I love, I probably am not saying her name right, Nicola from Hearts Across the Sea from the UK. She's partnered with her partners in the UK, and she does a lot of reproduction samplers. she does something called needle natters. A needle natter. I thought she mistyped it and it was supposed to be a needle matter, but I looked up the word natter and found out that means talk casually or chatter. I guess that's what we're doing. We're chattering. But anyway, she was talking to Kathy Ray with Needle in a Haystack out in California, and said that both of them, that Zweigert had been going around talking to a lot of the store owners and some designers, and they are considering going, making even weave on higher count.
Oh, well, that's
instead
good.
of just the 28, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, the even weave's so much easier to see.
I haven't stitched on that, so I do have some Monaco that Tina actually gave me to try. And I think
I give
I'm
you a
going
lot
to,
of stuff.
You do.
I am
You
such a
spoil
good
me.
friend.
And I'm going to tea-dye it and then stitch something on it, I decided. So.
All right, you want to go on to our haul for the
Okay.
week?
Okay, I'll go
Yeah,
first.
you go first.
I don't have too much. When I came home from our trip, I had some packages. My husband didn't say anything.
Mine didn't go to the mailbox, to the
Well,
P.O. box, thank God.
Actually, my son comes over and checks the mail every day. So, I mean, I don't know what else I can do. I try to leave it in there until I can go out and get it, but it's fine. And all of it happened to be, guess what? Blackbird designs. So these are the patterns that I got. This
that's
is
pretty.
Beyond My Heart. And it's really cute. I just love it.
Gorgeous.
I just love those little flowers. And then this one's called Vintage Inspirations.
Ooh.
And it's got
love
quite a few
it.
patterns in it. I just love this one on the back with the buttons on it. It's so cute. And I did hear today that they're going to be re-releasing all of the Blackbird Designs Anniversaries of the Heart. I think it was. There's 12 of them. And then one of the patterns has 2 extra patterns, so it would be 14. And I'm so excited because I wanted to stitch that all in one piece, all of them. And so I've got a few of them that I've collected, but they were out, you know, some of them are out of print. So I'm excited about that. So I'll be buying those, of course. And then I got this one I've been wanting to do for my girls. It's called Dear Daughter.
Look how pretty.
Just thought it was really
Oh,
cute.
I love that on the back, just with the house.
Yeah, they
and
just
the
did
flowers.
Dear Daughter in the house on the back. It's so cute.
Yeah.
And I just love, I'm just not a big moth or,
I
but look
know.
at this. Is that not the cutest?
I know, it's how I felt. My favorite thing on this is the moth that I stitched on forever and ever, and I couldn't believe it.
And this one's called Mother's Garden,
Pretty.
which I love it. I've yet to say I haven't loved one. And then the last one, this one's called Violet's Blue. And I just think it's so cute. And the thing is my granddaughter's middle name is Violet. So I think I'm going to stitch that for her bedroom. I did her a baby quilt in purples and so in violets. So I think I'm going to stitch this for her. They just bought a house. They're moving in this weekend. And she's going to have her own bedroom finally. She's a little over 2. And I thought I might stitch it for her for Christmas and give it to her.
She's
so.
over 2 now?
Yeah, she turned 2 in March. It says, I love but you, is what it says. It's so cute. So anyway, but yeah. So that was my haul for,
Okay.
not what I bought at Silver Needle, but what I got in the mail.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my haul.
It was our first retreat, and we retreated.
Did we retreat? No, I should have said retreat. Get out while you still have some money.
Oh my God.
Okay. I had ordered from Hands Across the Sea some of all of the charts. She has the cards that she's turned into patterns that she's turned into greeting cards, and they're just blank on the inside, but on the back,
So real quick.
every one of them has a different pattern on the back, and you can get 10 or 12, and I said just send me 12 and you pick the 2 that are the same because I think she only had 10 cards. But anyway, I have these sitting next to my little stitching area, and I just
so cute.
Love them. That was one thing that I got, and I had some extra cards, and being the good friend I am, I gave some to one of my besties. This book just came out. I was hoping it would make it by the time we went to Silver Needle, but it didn't. It's called My Stitching Friends, and I heard about it from, I think, StitchCon, somebody that was doing its address, book, and needlework for friends, social media. Artist Design is who put this together, and it is available on Amazon, and on the inside, it has, it's the same all throughout, and it asks their name, social media handle, mailing address, email address, YouTube channel, how we met, favorite things, which we exchanged some information when we were at Silver Needle with people, and this would have been fabulous to have. But anyway, I think it was $11, $9. I got that. I also got this by Mora Blackburn. She's from England. It's 3 Things Sampler, and it's called, what is this called? 3 Things. The 3 Things.
Yeah, 3 things.
3 things that will never come back. The arrow shot forth on its destined track, the appointed hour that could not wait, and the helpful word that was spoken too late. And this is just beautiful. The house, the colors, and I'm one of those people that loves symmetry. The only one that I bought lately that wasn't so symmetric was, I think, Savior's Praise. It was kind of wonky, but I loved it. Can't wait to do that. I think I'll do that on even weave. So my next one, Teresa with Kitten
Stitcher.
Thank you, Kitchen Stitcher.
Kitten.
She recommended this book. It's Samplers A to Z, and I ordered this. I get all my books used from Amazon. It's from Pamela A. Parmel, Museum of Fine Arts. What I liked about it, can I show this inside?
Why not?
Okay. It goes, G is talking about gold. B is talking about, A is the alphabet. C is canvas work. H is hollow point sampler. And it just goes all through the samplers. It tells about them, and it's just full of beautiful photos. And this wasn't very expensive. I think I paid like $7 or $8 for it. But I just, the more that we stitched, oh, look at that. That is Z-twist. Oh, look at the fish. Can you see them? The goldfish.
So pretty.
But
It's got some really pretty samples.
It does. And this book was my last one, and I heard about this from the Yankee Creek Stitcher. She heard about it, and it's the Magic of Christmas cross stitch book. It's a French charm for your stitch work, and it's Christmas, and that tree is beautiful, and they're just so delicate. This one I did by new. They just have this vintage look to them. Oh, look at the little girl putting that in the mailbox. And the little boy. Anyway, it's just full of all kinds of, I don't know how many are in here, but they have Santa sacks and little window vignettes and motifs, and 90 pages is how many are in that. And that was it for me.
Okay.
So, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Other than we had,
how many
you said,
subscribers do we have? I said if we had 100 subscribers, we would give away something this time. And how many did we end up having?
I think right now we are at 122.
I mean, I cannot believe it.
I know.
I thought, 100, no way.
And when we started this, we were just excited about doing it, and it has motivated me, and it's made me be a little more decisive in things that I do, and a little more organized, and pushing through with some things and trying some new things. But
well, it did make me realize that I'm pretty close to finishing some whips, so I need to like work on those and get a few done. So
yeah, if anybody's on the fence out there, I'd say just fall on off and go for it. But we decided, since we've got this, we're gonna have a giveaway, that we are gonna give away Harvest Home, since fall will be coming soon, designed by Sandra. You say last name.
Cazzolino.
Thank you.
All right, and this is what it looks like.
Look how cute.
Now, do not say giveaway. Do not say, anything like that, because there's trolls. They will try to get people scan the internet looking for certain words. So what we're going to do is we just want you to answer a question, and the question is, do you stitch on Aida or linen? And that's going to be the question. So
in the comment below,
we do appreciate comments, and if y'all make any, we try to answer them. It's been fun reading them all, and just the encouragement. We really thank y'all for subscribing. You do have to be a subscriber to comment, so we encourage you to go ahead and subscribe.
If you noticed, we had 2 videos, part 1 and part 2. And by the grace of God, he helped me figure out how to put it to one and kind of spruce it up a little bit. So I deleted those. And when I deleted those...
She did all that because this is the gadget girl. Not me. Yeah. I am not the computer
I deleted all the comments. We can go read them, but we can't respond to them. So, but we appreciate them. So if you commented and we did not respond, we're sorry. Re-comment, and we will answer. We will. But just let us know, and then next time we will put you in that random generator that they talk about.
Yeah, we'll do that, and
we'll give it away, and we'll get it right out. Since I deliver the mail for work every day, that will go out like that. So thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. We're going to now gather up everything from the Silver Needle retreat that we went on, and there will be a lot of haul on that baby. But my husband can't watch that one. So that's it. So y'all come back, and we hope to see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
All
Thanks.
right. Bye.